got my strategy.
What up, world? You already know what time it is. It's your boy Mac Mills, the host with the most need to brag, no boast. All we do is give a toast to the real folks who helped pave the way in the real way for us players to play. And now, man, I told y'all I was gonna give y'all a good one, man. This is part 2 of the industry. We're going in on the industry, how things are so jaded and confusing now, you know what I'm saying? You know, we're getting a stranglehold of it. That shit just exploded, but it's all part of the game, man. And this is gonna be a Kanye West, my thoughts on the Kanye West interview. I'm gonna really decode what Kanye meant about by certain shit that he does, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody calls him like a borderline nut, crazy motherfucker. That crazy evil genius motherfucker. It's worth cool $9 billion. While we out here bullshit. Talk about what a motherfucker ain't got. Damn sure got a head on his shoulders, man. So this is the Kanye West interview. Like interview. To think about what he's thinking inside his head, you know? Or what he said, you know? So it's gonna be a good one. So I'm gonna put the link in the description in case y'all want some smoke. But we woke and smoke, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to debate, or y'all just want to come up and talk some real shit, or chop it up with a player? Y'all let me know, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. Easy does it. Y'all can tell by the beats in the background. That's a Kanye Pitta beat, right? So we're gonna roll with Kanye, old school Kanye tonight. For the glitz and the glam. Yeah. I got my right hand with me. WI in the building.
What up, dude?
Widget. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shoot. What do you say this going down?
What do you think about that Kanye West interview, man? From when you watched?
Yeah, I didn't really get to watch the whole thing, but from what I seen, he was hitting.
He's going in, right?
Yeah, he was hitting hard.
I can't deny it. I gotta give it to him, man. He was hitting hard, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And he's coming from a perspective of like just being a creative and knowledge and know-how, you know? Like ain't nobody done it like he did it. So they can't really, you know what I'm saying? Right. What can they say?
Right, there's not much they can tell him still.
What can they say, man?
Go left real quick.
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
Exactly, one of those, right? Nori, you ain't been through it, Nori.
So let's see what.
You ain't worth $9 billion, Nori.
All right, but yo, this interview was a good one, man. I think it's one of the more influential interviews of the modern era, man.
Nah, he dropped a lot of gems though. So
and he's unapologetic, no holds barred. He's not like
effortlessly.
There's no industry puppy shit about it. It's just real nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being a real nigga. billionaire. He said, I'm Dame Dash with money. That's some real shit, Kanye. Shout out to you, man.
All right, hit him with that. Bop, 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 bop.
He said, I'm Dame Dash for money.
A whole lot.
Dame Dash is a real crusader for the whole game, man. Because he be dropping jewels. He giving up game, man. I think Dame Dash has the best interview on the Breakfast Club to this day. I think he got the best interview, man. So, you gotta commend the brother for that, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it real, keeping it thorough, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it up to date, keeping it fresh, keeping it hip hop. That's how we do, man. Shout out to Professor Griff, man. Hip hop, higher infinite power, healing our people. Can I get an amen? Yeah. Now let's go ahead and get into this Donda interview. Shout out Kanye West. Yeah. You already know. I feel like he's intelligent in his approach too, like he's not really like going too overboard with the bullshit, but he's like comfortable because it's Nori, like, because Nori's a hood.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell he's comfortable.
Yeah, like,
man, just loose with it.
That's what it's all about, man.
No, that's a beautiful thing at the end of the day when two major players in the game can get together and just really on some.
Shout out to Nori, man. Nori came from a long way, man. He's still doing it, still relevant,
Big facts.
Still kicking real game.
Yeah, you remember when he came down?
I know he's kind of a dweeb, but Nori's gonna be Nori, man. That's one thing about him. He don't really like care what people think.
He's that dude,
and he just does his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure though.
Nori knows what time it is, man.
Big facts.
When it comes to Canada, Nori, you gotta respect the Canadians out here, man. You know what I'm saying? I know Drake represents us, but there's some real niggas out here you can fuck with too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Block Mode, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you're supposed to put K-Goon on at a point. I don't know where that fell short, but
Hey, it ain't too late.
It's all about the city.
It's never too late, dog. It's all about the moment, like Kanye was saying in that interview. You know what I'm saying? Best time is the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the moment. So
ain't no better time than the present. Because it's a gift.
Hey, good. Don't worry, dog. It's not too late.
Yeah.
Nori's gonna hit you up until you come to drink champs or some shit.
Just get your mind right out. Yeah, I know he's locked up. You know what I'm saying? Get your mind right.
Okay.
Get your brain focused.
For the moment.
When you come out, you're gonna be bigger and better, man. If you focus, that's all it's about, baby. We all been chewing. We all been there, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta take a few steps back, take a step forward.
Facts. Big facts.
All right. Let's check this interview out real quick. And they got Kanye smoking. They got Kanye smoking blunts and shit.
What it could be, hopefully it's what it should be.
Looking
This is
like
your boy
Demolition
N-O-R-E.
Man.
What up, is
Crack.
DJ EFN. This is Drink Champs. Yappy Hour. Make some noise.
Shout out Kanye though. 6 billion. I be fucking up my
When
haircut
EFN
too.
started this show,
See if niggas are fucking.
we always looked at
Worth $6 billion.
rappers, or we always looked at certain people as superheroes or supermen. This guy that stands to the left of me is not only a superhero, a superman, a super genius, a super music icon, but he's also a fashion icon. He's also a visionary. He's also a person who speaks things into existence. I remember he said, "You don't know how sway," and we figured out he didn't know how sway. in case you don't know who we talking about, because we talking about this gonna be Drip Champs' biggest episode ever. I'm just going ahead and say that. Sorry to anybody else who's ever been on this table in this place. This is gonna be the biggest. In case you don't know what the fuck we talking about the artist formerly known as Kanye, and he's just now, God damn it, So let me get this right. You ain't got a last name or first name. You got a name. Right. I don't even know what to say. Just hard.
You know why Kanye did that? I'm gonna give y'all the game behind that.
What's the science?
He realized that our last name was the name of our slave owners and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So he took off the name, and he's using the one name, just like Prince or any artist that understands that.
The reason why we have two names is because we take it after.
Yeah, you know, our one name is all we need. You know what I'm saying? Because that's our moniker. That's our person, our corporate person that we are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you talk about a first and a last name, always let the last name yours if you don't know where it came from.
Yeah. I know that's right.
So what he's trying to do is just eliminate all that talk. And just create one entity, which is Ye. You know what I'm saying? I know the kids are West. I'm sure his kids are West or whatever, but it's like Malcolm X. He took off the little and he put the X.
He's also showing us that, like, regardless of
what your name is, you are who you are.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Exactly.
Great minds think alike, y'all.
It's basically
you are who you are.
You are who you say you are. He's taking total control, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He's like, yo, I say who I am. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna tell me what my name is. I make my name.
And it's dope too because, you know, it goes with the rapper moniker, you know. He's Ye, dog.
Kanye.
What's a higher drug?
Yeah.
What's the party drug? Yeah. Let's go.
What do you say when you're having fun?
Yo. I think so much, man, because on the real, I know you don't have to do this. You at a level in your life where it seems like you're free. Seems like you feel like you're free. You really showed up with no security. I had to security for you. I'm sorry. I just can't let you walk around like that. You're gonna kill somebody. Just throwing it out. We like that. But how is it? Like what's going on in your life? It's just. Because I heard you told me the other day. You said you don't even have a house. You don't even have a house. That's how rich you are. You don't even have a house. How is that?
Yeah, you know, I restore houses. I'm very into architecture, but I'm not into the class system where it's like that's one of the main things they use to control us. I think my whole existence is about not being out of control, but being out of their control, being in control of yourself. So how first thing that they give you that your higher existence. I look at it. The skyscrapers in New York. I'm like, everybody's in all those buildings spending their time away from their family working. And one of the main things is the idea of a house. Security. Yeah, security. I remember saying I was arguing with this one publicist. And I told the person I wasn't going to have a house. And they spazzed on me, said, you've done too much in your life to not have a house. You need to have, so try to impose that idea of you know, my home is just when my daughter FaceTimes. That's my home.
He owns land.
I'm assuming you have land though. You believe
Yeah, 200 acres. Yeah. And you stay in Mercedes
12,000. But
okay. Would you stay in Mercedes-Benz arena?
Yeah.
What would you it look like a cell. It look like a jail. Throw it out there.
Yeah,
but it's a fire come and go.
12,000 acres here?
It's this idea that this monk
Let's
lifestyle,
do the calculation.
I heard it's like trust on kids. It's kind of
12,000 acres might be the equivalent of a small city. Just ask what's the equivalent of 12,000 acres.
I don't even know what the hell that number is. Can you say that number?
No, I'm talking about what's the equivalent, like what would that be equal to in terms of like
square meters,
size? I don't know. Square meters is
okay. Wait, hold on. Square foot. That's it. Square foot.
no. Type in what's the equivalent of 1,200. What did you say? 12,000 acres. Because I know 1 acre is like a football field, no?
Then you just answered it. If that is what it is.
12,000 football fields? Nah. You think?
You never know. You never know. What do you think, people? Comment. What is the equivalent of 12,000 acres? Hold on. I'm going to get it right now. Hold on.
Yeah. We figured that out. In the meantime, between Dallas and Kanye.
on the same wave right now. They being homeless on purpose. Right. But I traveled to Paris like a couple weeks ago, and I had to go through Lisbon because you can go through Lisbon without being vaccinated. I only got one of the shots, so I'm half-vaccinated. So I dropped in Lisbon. It's a 15-hour ride, and usually people say, "Well, I got to take this 15-hour ride." Something Steven Spielberg told me at this Ralph's. I'm just it's gonna be shameless name drop. It's gonna be like a lot of name drops.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Okay, continue.
So I was sitting next to Oprah at this Ralph Lauren dinner talking to Steven Spielberg.
Continue.
Across from Hillary Clinton. This is the first time I actually was with her. So and so I took this 15-hour ride from Lisbon to Paris, but the thought was I get to take the ride. The ride was beautiful, so it's just a perspective on life. Like when I go through just the different changes in my life, my family, a friend of mine said, "Are you sad?" And when I really thought about it, I started to look at life like it was a video game. I'm like, every part of it is really lit. Right. The things that hurt you, the things that you're happy about, the things that push your ego, that support your ego, the things that down your ego. Like I've been saying this like for a couple of weeks, like ego and anger love to hang out. They best friends.
Oh, absolutely. Ego and anger. Oh, shit. I know that.
They hype each other up. Yeah, definitely. So they cousins? Yeah, they definitely blood. So the more you lean into your ego. I wrote this song for Donda that we're gonna bring out on the bonus album. That's saying on the deluxe. But it said, if I let go, let God let go. I gotta let it go. I gotta let go. And then it's funny, you got this line that makes me think about Miami. Fly into the Mondrian. Actually, I had the next line, but I like the opening line. But it's like going to Paris. I get there, and I get to the Ritz Hotel and they say they ain't got no rooms. And you know, there's a couple times I just had to like pull my mask down. Like, you don't have no room? Okay, let me look for a room. The vision of life is not to have money and possessions, to have relationships. And make it to the point where I've done so much, so many people that my money is can't spend anywhere. They go to a restaurant and they're like, your money's no good here. So they charge me for the room. They found a room, and then the next day, the CEO of Balenciaga came to pick me up. This guy named Cedric. And actually, I was trying to hire as a CEO my boy Jean Tuteau, that had an APC, which is basically like the French version of Gap, which is the first person that really that was in a prestigious position to really let me do a collaboration with them. And so we had this APC collection that sold out back in the day.
And this is before the Louis collab?
Yeah. You know what?
The Louis collab was first.
That's right. Yeah, thank you for
I'm a fan.
Yeah. The Louis collab was great. I want to go back to certain things for the Louis thing. Okay. But so the CEO of Balenciaga picked me up. Now I came with all I got is this like little bag. That's like my house, and my house changes in size depending on how big my bag is. Like I had this one that was like a laminate size, and that once I got the Apple headphones, they wouldn't fit in it, so I had to get a bigger house, which ended up being. Talk about mobile home. Ended up being this one, right? And I'm so happy that Doug's wear this bag now, so people can stop calling in. So people can stop down and
He tweeted it.
Louis bag business. So I ride to the Balenciaga store with the CEO of Balenciaga, and I didn't have a change of underwear. But for what I've done with Balenciaga, especially over the past 4 months, guess what my underwear and socks ended up being for the next 4 days in Paris? Balenciaga underwear for free. And that's when I was sitting there, I was like, yo, this is my vision on life. To not even have to have a house, have a place in every single city, every single country that I could go to. And somebody's like, you can stay here, you can sleep here. Like my dog Boo was like, man, you're in my city.
Be calm, brother Boo.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, you in my city? And the first one I saw, I was like, nigga, I was born in Atlanta. I was like, I humble myself, say, yes, sir. With a bunch of eyes. And he's like, yo, I'm down here working on KCI. I'm in Houston, but you can stay at my crib. And I know I got a bunch of cribs I can stay at in New York. I know I got a bunch of cribs I can stay at. And you just move around. Like first it was like Yassine. Think about Mos Def. He changed the name to Yassine, and he started moving around. So I would think about how he was moving around. Just going through the airport, sometimes standing in line, sometimes not standing in line. Getting a Uber be canceling on me. I'm not gonna say Uber's trash now. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You told me that the other day. You said if you call it Ubers and Ubers be canceling on you. I'm not gonna cancel on you. Your profile doesn't say gay on it.
I was like, no, I really am canceled, I guess.
But did your profile?
You have 4.9 stars on your profile.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't even know. I barely know how to work it. I just got my Apple Pay. Just mad.
You just got Apple Pay. Let's make some noise for you. Because you really are a superhero.
I got Apple Pay, but now it's time to make Apple Pay.
Wow.
All right, go ahead.
That was all. Okay, so have you watched Versus?
Yes. Yeah.
You know where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
Would you step into that ring?
Oh, absolutely. But I would need about like 4 people to go against me at one time.
You just want to get that.
I need producers. I need people who make albums. I need people who make radio hits. I need every single Gemini, specifically MC. I need every. Okay. Top 5, especially Gemini.
Would you like some Hennessy or would you like the glass?
Well, let me explain what Hennessy is doing to the community.
Okay. So you know what the people are gonna say. People are gonna say they want Ye against who you think the people think they want to see you against. There's only two people really out there.
No, I think it'd be Drake, right?
Thank you. And Hov, that's probably it.
Oh, I didn't think about that one. I didn't think about that. Oh, that's
Old nephew right there. He watching you.
No, I like that. I like that.
You would go against Jay.
Nah, because that's my boss. I would never go against Jay.
I don't like that answer. What you saying? When you and Drake together, who's winning that?
I'm winning every situation. That's why it's like.
Salud. Come on. Holy shit.
And who producer-wise, though? Would it be Dre?
Ooh, producer-wise?
That's why I said it gotta be. I need to have like a month long, just different categories, different styles.
You have a season of your own verses.
Yeah,
that'd be new. That'd be some new shit.
At a certain point, I could just be versing myself. It could be this album against that album. I had to go dark fantasy against. Well, I don't think anything goes against dark fantasy, but college dropout against.
The old Ye against the new Ye?
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
You could do the old Ye against new Ye.
We could do all like sample drums versus trap drums. We could do all bars versus all
different name changes going against each other.
Yeah.
Different eras of
Holy moly guacamole. This is exciting shit. But you telling me, I just want to, for the fans, it's not for me.
Yeah.
If Swiss come to you, because it's not about money with you. I can tell it's not about money with you. But Swiss, Timberland say, you and Drake against one another, you saying you're going to take it and you're going to smoke it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's all I need to be clear. That's all I need to be clear.
But it already happened. He played one of my leaked songs and it was better than every other song this year.
Because you did leak Drake's address, correct?
No, he advertised it when he was building the house. Everyone knows it. It's like a place in Canada you go by. It's a monument.
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't know that. Because, we little people over here.
Yeah, you can find it. That's how I was able to find it. It's Googleable. It's on Google Maps.
I like that that's my word. I made up that word. Googleable. Googleable. I made that word.
But what I will say, I understand that, in all of the back and forth that me and Drake have had, it's like the life is like the NBA.
Yeah.
And people are either on your team or they're on another team. And everybody plays games in different kind of ways. And you can't be mad for somebody. At the end of the day, this man is sold more records than anybody. And part of his technique in basketball, people got different techniques. Like I went to the gym with Kobe.
Yeah.
And we didn't even really get to play ball. All he did was show me videos of Scottie Pippen. And Scottie Pippen's got a wide wingspan.
Watch it.
But he didn't talk about that. He talked about how fast he was moving his feet. And he was like, yo, this is inhuman. Right? This is inhumane. This is like, and he was studying that. He wanted to learn how fast he moved his feet. So when Drake don't do a diss, like an outright diss song where it's a headshot, he's gonna we talk
about Kanye, man.
Yeah, when people went to go get Hitler, they didn't go straight for Hitler. They set up fake tanks. They said this. So he gonna do stuff like live 5 blocks down the street.
I'm on now. Still, holla back.
DM every.
Was that prep through the light switch? Is that
yeah.
You told
he gonna like go and DM every single girl in your family, every single girl around your family, everybody, all your niggas, girl. He's gonna. Really? So it becomes like. So you already got that. It's like away games and home games and stuff like in football and this is professional rap. Right. This is the first time we in a place of like professional rap. So all that's there. So if he throws out a bar right here, it might be a bar only like what Pac said, you and I know what's going on. Right. But it's all psychological, right? So it's like what button is someone gonna hit? Where can you hit them? It's like I was just at the game with Jay Prince last night, and it was talking about how many below the belts there were, how many this there was, and the whole thing about
on that record that he had.
You know what it is? I got the perfect. I never thought about this tonight.
Okay.
You know what? I bit his ear. You know what I'm saying?
Tyson bit? Like
exactly.
You
know what I'm saying? Because They ain't
The
see
equivalent of
They
that.
ain't see what Holyfield was doing.
Right.
They ain't see what he was doing. Tyson like telling the refs like, yo, you ain't see this? You ain't see this? He's like, Tyson, I'm gonna take this in my own hands.
Holy shit, I've never heard of this.
No, but you make it. I'm just because it's in front of me. I was like, I was a fight there.
Right.
We're talking about this. We've been, discussing doing things together to bring attention to Hoover's situation.
Right.
And actually, I got Larry Hoover Jr. with me.
I see. I
right
introduced
now.
myself.
Yeah.
I recognize his face.
Yeah. So at a certain moment, I want to take a moment where he can talk about the exact situation. Y'all can really understand this leader and political prisoner.
Right.
Like when I went to the White House, I said, this is me in a different dimension. Any one of us that can organize somebody, they're going to take us down. They've been taking, the leaders and the fathers out of the community and only leave us with a hustler mentality because you ain't got a dad that's showing you how to save money and what property to buy and how to build your own factories. We're going to be jumping up and down for the idea of like Virgil getting a job for Bernard Arnault or me getting a job at the Gap or Adidas. A lot of times it's like we all was born white supremacist, racist, and homophobic. That's the bottom. That's the baseline. That's another thing. I don't even got the word for it, but it's like a phobia. That's the thing when people try to write it off. That's like even when I cut my hair like that, I'm like, yo, they're gonna try to fix my account.
You say it with such clarity.
And I called it the Britney.
Simple for
Britney Spears.
Now it can be called a yay. But when I see that, bro, I'm telling you.
No, I should say.
The Declaration of Insanity is a form of censorship and control.
You taking some Hennessy?
The Declaration of Insanity is a form of censorship.
Let's go. You gotta sip it.
I mean, Feds, Democrat, whatever, they know who I am. So I was a bit like, man, maybe I shouldn't do. This interview because that's when they gonna come. You gotta understand. Kobe,
say whatever the fuck you want. Okay?
Yeah, but it's everything has like a butterfly effect. Kobe died on, in Calabasas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On the street where I would drive my kids to school.
That's crazy.
This video game, this Grand Theft Auto, is real.
That's all I need, dog.
So, but with me and Drake. We all really on the same team. Just even on this planet, period, we on the same team. The people we think is our ops and all this stuff. Once we understand, and this is, I think, the job that God actually has for me, is for us to all realize that we are playing inside of the same time. That's one thing we all got in common. If we all in the same place in the Christian calendar at all times, we could be the first civilization to become civil. As a matter of fact, let me take out the word can. I hate the word can. I hate these like in between, can and should and if is like feds. It's like somebody you think is with you, they're not really with you. They're like a fourth leg that could just fall anytime your whole table fall over. Like that's why we have to will these things in fruition. So we say we will be the first civilization to become civil. We still in the dark ages. We attack each other mentally. We go back to the rap stuff with me and Drake. We in World War III. This is warfare right here. What they do, people can comment on you online that you don't know. You can't come see them. You know what I'm saying? It's in Korea, the suicide rates is crazy. People's esteem, how you feel about yourself, body dysmorphia, overdoing it with the drip and all that. So I'm about like Robin Hood really breaking down the class system. That's why I went to the Gap. Like people's like, man, Virgil went to Louis, you went to the Gap. I said, I always wanted to create egalitarian. I worked for the Gap. So it was meant to be. I always felt like Gap was sort of like Apple of apparel. For me, esteem and clothing is so connected. Your ego connected to the first time my mom bought me some Jordans in fourth grade. I didn't even know they was the fours. I got the fours in fourth grade. If I always look for like lineups like that. And somebody told my mama, he gonna like this. And then I walked through the school and everybody was looking at my shoes. I didn't even know about it. Then I would go visit my dad out in Tacoma Park, Maryland. And it was this rich kid that had enough Jordans to be able to wear mismatched Jordans like BBD. And he'd have them with the Jabot shorts and with a polo shirt. Because I'm coming there dressed like Heavy D with the metal at the tip of my shoes and stuff with like rayon shirts and polka dots. And he's like, we don't dress like that no more. We dress like this. I came back to Chicago with the new style, and ever since then, I've always been like ahead of niggas. And I always like that feeling of being ahead. But if you're ahead long enough, you eventually you need to become the head. You need to become the leader. So I had a wildest conversation. I remember this one time. Lauren gonna be mad at me, but I texted her and said, I'm
saying Lauren. You talking about Lauren Hill?
Yeah, Lauren Hill.
Okay.
There's gonna be a lot of super name drops. Get the graphics ready. And I was like, I'm the leader. And she was like, you a leader. You're not the leader. Lauren Hill.
Hold on. So she said you are leader. She didn't call you the leader. That's the spring leader.
Yeah, but no, the spring leader is God, but God appoints leaders.
Right.
And at a certain point, they are leaders.
Right.
You know, so all the like Me Too, like when I sit next to Marilyn Manson and DaBaby right after both of them got canceled for 5 songs, you know, it's like they can't cancel us all.
Right. They canceled Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle ain't getting canceled.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
We got it, and then it's like hit you with like an accusation of somebody that you was with, 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then also it's like there's women who've been through really serious things, pulled in alleys against their will. That's different than a hug.
Right.
But it's classified as the same thing.
Right.
It's classified as the same thing. It's power and politics. Power-hungry maniacs and just control. This is 1984 mind control that we in.
And mob mentality, too.
Mob mentality. How you feel about cancel?
Oh, man, I love it. I'm above
They
it.
try to cancel you like 15 times.
I'm loving it. I'm above it. You know what I mean? I love it. I'm above it. That's the clouds. When you're in the jet, you look down at the clouds. It's like I'm like running to get canceled. They're doing this show. So it's like I'm exiting.
We don't give a fuck.
And then different people will call me and make suggestions and be like, I suggest, maybe you shouldn't be buying. If you suggesting that to me, why are you so into it? Unless you really into it. Unless you really part of the mob. Because the mob, it got a couple mob members here right now. Most definitely. Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? That different kind of mob. But you got to understand, they all doing their job. We all here for a reason. God got a reason. God sees everything. And if I'm still alive, God's not finished. Like I say on 24, which I wrote. I actually wrote the day before Kobe passed the melody. And we ended up, and the funny thing, we went back and forth on this song. And when we did the listening event down in Atlanta, the first one, for Howard Atlanta, we started with 24.
For the Donda album.
For the Donda album, yeah, we started with 24. All my people out the trenches, living up, thinking, all right. And then the funny thing, I had a clip of Kobe and his daughter in the video, and we called his wife, everything, and we couldn't get it cleared. But one of the things when Kobe passed, there was somebody that I used to work with whose wife literally tweeted, "Let's not forget that Kobe was accused." And that's what they said.
That's what Snoop reacted to that.
Yeah.
Because, okay, continue.
So that's what they said, because you talk about superheroes.
Right.
They don't want to, what did AZ say? They don't want to see a black man turn to John Gotti or Khaled. Like, they don't want you to have this. They want you to have a house. They want you to have the cars. They want you to look at the numbers on, Billboard or Spotify, or that's completely controlled. They want you to look at they want you to base your self-esteem off of TikTok. My God. If another nigga talks to me about TikTok, bro, it's fine. Y'all can play, praise God and everything, and that's great. I'm happy that it connects to my children and everything, but it's none of these things that can make me, and that's the idea of being a nomad. I like that term though, because I was talking to the head of IKEA about creating. I'm sure he won't like that.
Keep going. I'm into it.
They're like, this is the first person that went and Me Too'd himself. So, wait, you're not laughing. You didn't like that. I'm reading the energy in the room. It'll be an uproar. Here comes the backlash.
President of IKEA. Let's go. You were the president of IKEA. What happened?
He gonna be like. So I was just talking to him. I said, look, we need to create better situations for homeless people. You know, it's a really utopian dictator concept of, okay, we're going to eradicate homelessness. What about people who want to be homeless?
And there's a lot of them that want to be homeless.
There's a lot of people. Yeah. So that would change. You got to think. We used to have water fountains. Now we got a plastic problem because of water bottles. That's capitalism. Right. You know, everyone only thinks about themselves, especially our Black leaders. Right. Wouldn't none of us run on stage? Wouldn't none of us say, George Bush don't care about? We are very self-interested.
Those are two of the best moments in American history. Yeah. You said George Bush don't care about Black people, and when you told Taylor Swift that Beyonce had the best video.
Yeah, and I was very...
That's American history right there.
And I was very... Would it be okay to not hit that for the whole rest of the day?
No problem.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Man, you know I got a gentle mental.
No problem.
Yeah.
But that's American history. Like, what was it Hennessy that night that with Taylor Swift when you stood there? Because why did you want to do that?
You know, well, I was showing both of my addictions. You know, I found my dad's Playboy when I was 5 years old, and I started drinking beer or something in high school. So I actually was carrying both of my addictions, one in one arm, one in the other. I was actually talked in to going to the award show. Right. At that time, it was Don C's job to talk me into stuff. They find new people whose job would be to talk me into doing something that I don't want to do. Influencers, people around you. So that night I said, man, I'm not going to this award show. I'm not sitting through this no more. And the very first award, they sit me in the front. Now you got Single Ladies video is like...
You was with Amber at the time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They got... This is one of the best videos of... in history.
Come on, Beyonce.
Yeah, the Single Ladies. So it's not that it's just for her. When an artist does something that's that compelling and incredible, we got to respect it. Right. Like, I feel like this year should nobody just even put their album in the category of album of the year so I can finally have album of the year. Because you don't want to be the person that beat Donda for album of the year. I love that. You know, you got to understand, I made Watch the Throne, and I made Watch the Throne and Dark Fantasy in the same year, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy in the same year, and neither of them got nominated for album of the year.
Wow.
Not even nominated.
Not even nominated.
That's crazy.
So, and you know what I love, hate? I'm going to just tell y'all this. When white people say the word rapper, that is saying nigga. When you say it to me, you saying you getting away with saying nigga.
You hear Big Sean's album?
Damn. Oh, the rapper.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, the rapper. Or like last night on the game, they had my face on the Chiron and on the screen and said hip hop artists. Specifically, I was like, you know, I got a PhD from the Art Institute of Chicago, from the most prestigious art school in the world. Wow. Could I at least be called an artist? But you know, and here it's like in America, they're not gonna just give it to you, but it's to be bought, it's to be taken. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, bro, this is like There Will Be Blood. You know, I'm not
Dragon's blood. They be talking about.
Yeah, absolutely, dragon's blood. In the Bible, they got dragons. Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. There will be blood, bro. Like, remember when the dude brother acted like he was his brother and everything, and like I don't know if y'all seen this movie. It's one of my favorite movies, but that's me, bro. That's me, bro. It's like the kid with the pink polos. I'll be telling people like, yo, it's not like that no more with me. And period. Like, bro, like, cause you know what I'm saying? They did everything. God gave me that 6.6. Like, right when they announced that Kim was filing for divorce, 1 week later, whatever, God was like, nah, this is my son right here, 6.6. And Forbes was always on some white supremacist shit, like down to me. For 3 years, they like, oh, Kylie a billionaire, Ye not a billionaire. You know, and even in my Forbes, if you read the article, it's like, it's drenched with some like Jackie Robinson, everything and say, nigga, nigga, what'd you say?
Because Jackie Robinson was the first.
Yeah. So the idea of what it even means to be a billionaire, but to not colored inside the lines. You know, my mom was born into a drinking fountain. They told her what fountain she could drink out of.
Okay.
Now we born into a vote. They literally call it the black vote.
Yeah.
And by the way, we blood of Christ. We blood of Moses. Right. We're not just a color in a crayon box. And if we knew that, who we really were, we'd treat each other differently. We'd treat ourselves differently. So when you say, I'm black and I'm proud, like, but of what? What concept are we understanding? They say, go see the African History Museum. Why do they start when the boats came? Why don't they start with the drums?
When we was kings.
No, they don't want it, but we are kings. Mm-hmm. But the 400 years doesn't have to deal with slavery. It has to deal with the Bible. It has to deal with us being disobedient to God.
Right.
And that's why we farm land that isn't our own. Record labels, the NBA, Hollywood. These boys be scared. They be sitting there. Michael B. Jordan be telling my cousin, like, man, I want to do what Ye do, but I'm just, I'm right here. Or, like Kevin Hart be like, man, I like that. I'm envious of what Dave Chappelle could do. And then they sitting it at us. Me to him. Say this. Tech, blah, blah. He said this. He said that. It's like, boy, this there will be blood. Stop fucking with me. Because y'all fucking with my money. Y'all doing shit. I got 80 accounts right now. I got people that's like, I got 80 accounts. That's that Bob Marley through the toe.
Too much info or what?
You understand? I make hundreds of millions a year. Then I look up and it's like, I got 30 extra people came down to Sunday service. 30 other extra people. That's 30 cars, 30 flights, 30 mini bars, 30 movies. Who watching? Ain't nobody load up this movie. Who wants to see? Well, I wish I had a name of a funny ass movie that don't nobody want to see. That would have made it funny. But who want to see this movie? You get what I'm saying? These just moves, and I come up. It was one dude working on me. I said, how many storages I got? I said I had 8 storages. And then my wife, because she's still my wife, it ain't no paperwork.
I love that. I love that. That's hard.
Yeah. So I gave it to her because she's really good at storage. She loves, like, this is her pastime. It's like organizing. So when she went to the store, she's like, oh, you got 36 storages. That's a silent murder. That's gas. That's like poisoning you slow through the wasabi. Or something in every little piece of a sushi.
You got Japanese whiskey.
You know what? Let's switch it up.
Switch to the Japanese whiskey. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, welcome back, baby. I'm trying to get the Nabigi. Yeah. Nabigi is gonna be no biggie. Nabigi.
Everything in moderation.
My wife over there popping bottles. Oh God, Jesus. So as Biggs walked in, I don't know if you've seen there was Biggs right there, but.
Tell her what I said when you asked me if I do a versus with Jay.
He said no.
Why I say I wouldn't do it?
Because he's the boss. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We recorded.
But damn, you fucked me up.
We got the box. Let's get this box, man.
Okay, yeah, please. Yo. We don't know if you know, our show is about giving people their flowers while they're alive. And we need you to know how much you're important to us.
Oh, wow.
Open it up from
Wow. This is, we need you though. Because I said it in the beginning, but I want to reiterate this. I want you to really know, how many, not just black youth, not just Spanish youth, not just white youth, but how you are really inspirational to a whole generation. You made people dress different. You made people, wanna really have their albums produced greatly again. You bring that back to hip hop, and I want to tell you that as face to face, man to man, eye to eye, we appreciate you, we love you, and you mean the world to us. A record for me back in the day, so I don't know if you remember, and you didn't even charge me. I ain't have it though. You was way too expensive. And I tried, he said, nah, it's good. It's on the house.
And you just freestyle from my mixtapes back in the day. I know he's not gonna remember that.
You did steal one of my lines. You said, I go to Jacob with 25 down. You stole my shit. Keep it real.
I made a whole song.
You made a whole song.
I got it the fight so on right now. You got your first gold single. Oh, nigga, wow.
I was looking at that. I said, but yo, so you want to do some hippie? Yeah. Oh, wait, let's give him a new glass. Yeah.
That's a new last right there.
That's a new last? Okay, all right, cool. Happy. Biggs, I'm sorry. It's 10 a.m. But you gonna drink too with us too. God damn it. I'm sorry. I'm looking dead at you now.
You know what's funny? I just bought a bigger house last night. I got a backpack that's this big.
We're talking about the mobile homes.
Yeah. It's my home. That's my house. My home is when my daughter FaceTimes me. My house is that backpack.
Nice.
Okay, so this is what I was going to ask you. One of the most controversial records or most dopest records I've ever heard you make was Biggs' brother used to be. And I thought that was so honest. Because a lot of people
Kanye is on to the next.
I believe the word jealous is not a bad word. But sometimes you can be jealous and say, I want what this person wants. That doesn't mean you're a hater. Hate is something different. Hate is I despise you. And I felt like that's not what it was saying with that record, but it was like, I want this slot, and I'm gonna stop at no means of getting the slot. Am I incorrect?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And I think about when I do things, I go and be on my monk. I'm just traveling the world. I have a home, stuff. But when we go in, like we was doing the listening sessions, we want to make it hurt. That's what competition is. We made everybody push their summer back. Drake pushed back those release dates. That's for fact. That actually, that actually happened. And then they had people coming out saying, "Oh, he the other thing I saw this thing that Styles said about this going back and forth. I understand it's interesting to people, but man, I love Drake. I love all artists, period. But not even to mention Drake. I love Drake. I love all artists. Let's have Drake just have his spot of what he meant in my life specifically and what he's meant to rap, over the past decade specifically. This is I would say the most, if I wasn't me, most of the time. This is a very important artist that actually added something to the algorithm. Because watch this, it's like our phones have what do you call their the hard drives and the way somebody is more technical. The microchips, right?
The processors.
They're processors, right? We are God's ultimate iPhone. We are God's favorite creation. So if Steve Jobs was God, we would be his iPhone. And we are simply programmed. And we go with the program. And some are unprogrammed, and some of the unprogrammed are people who they say are crazy, or people who go off the rails, people who end up homeless. And the program are the people who go with the program. And you have this thing like when I said, when I hit you with a WYD, you better not hit me with an HUY. You better be like, hi, with a bunch of I's, or hey, with a bunch of Y. And so it's, people heard that song would text me back with a bunch of I's, a bunch of Y's. We just right there adjusted the programming. That's simple. That's what media, that's what mind control is all about. Can you be a part of the programming? What I say to Drake is he added something to the algorithm as we become more civilized and more sophisticated. The style of rap that he was doing was more sophisticated than the style of rap that I grew up on. Now, I had notes from Nas and Rakim, and obviously from me, but I also had notes from Sade. I had notes, and people want to make jokes about that, but it made it.
No, I give massages to Sade.
There you go.
I play with Sade, but I give massages.
There you go.
So you a real nigga, just throwing it out there. That's a lot of, I'm sorry, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
So that made it, his music was more accessible. There was a time when rap wasn't as accessible, and he created this thing that actually has good melodies in it, good music in it that became massively accessible. So it's sort of like the iPhone. Music is such an interesting thing to create, a genre to create in, because grab music right now, grab it with your hands. It's like it's in the air.
Intangible, right?
It's intangible. Mm-hmm. It's intangible, like the concept of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You with somebody, you might only see him twice out the week. If y'all married, you might only see him 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day before y'all go to sleep. But y'all together. It's a concept that you live on, an idea. Right. You know, in this GTA, we are an idea. So for instance, I gotta say this to Boo. I kind of feel like he knew that I was working on cities. He knew I was working on cities. But when you think about a city, who you think about? Akon. So I feel like Boo's like, man, you know, I'm gonna let you know, Ye about to drop the city right now. I get
Wyoming?
Yeah, which is period civilizations. This is your man right here was like, "Are you working on that Epcot? You know, cities of the future." I'm like, man, how you know that? He said, man, I know what wave you on. So
because nobody never liked to go to Wyoming until you went there. I'm just
or even afterwards. Apparently, some people afterwards.
Only you. They only came to Wyoming for you. I'm just telling you that.
Yeah, it was a step. You know, the problem is they say, I was talking to Jay Prince and talking to Elon. We're gonna do another drop.
Are you talking about Elon Musk?
Yes.
All right. Continue.
Elon Wilson.
His cousin.
That's funny as shit.
So I was talking to Jay Prince and talking to Elon, which I
That's an amazing combination.
Yeah, it's an amazing spectrum. Right. It's actually closer than we think.
Wow.
Why is it so far?
Wow. Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? When I think about, you know, certain people's ability, like Biz is someone, he know how to read a contract. That's how it's very few of us that's 7 feet tall and very few of us that's 3 feet tall. We all play our position inside of this modern day Wakanda that we actually in. We at the brink of it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? After this interview, I possibly could be taken out. But the interview has happened though, because I've infected y'all to think in the Ye way.
We infected.
It's like when they say, this is the man on the moon, this is the first black man on the moon.
Life has been threatened.
It's telling people like investors, people we having SPAC, I was with the black. White person, first of all, we all beings alike. We're not even classified under race, but if we're going to be inside of race conversation, don't be telling me what you done did for the black people. I started the black SPAC or this black investments for hair clippers and what you think I might be into. I remember being out in San Francisco, bro. It's like I ain't never made money with not one person in Silicon Valley. Have you ever saw the show Silicon Valley?
Yes, that's a great show.
Like the opening episode was Kid Rock performing, and he said, "I'm Kid Rock," and then nobody clapped at the end of his performance. And one dude said something. See, that's Kid Rock. He the brokest person here. That best describes my experience in Silicon Valley, whether I'm sitting with Google, whether I'm sitting with Mark Zuckerberg, whether I'm sitting, I already been shadow banned. They shadow banned me in the middle of the election. So what I got to lose? I don't use Twitter anymore. I'm friends with Jack Dorsey. I get shot. I said, man, why y'all shadow ban me? He hit me back and said, I don't see anything weird here. Because you gave me I didn't inhale ass answer to why I got shadow banned after I went to Haiti.
I don't know what shadow ban means. I'm sorry.
Man, it just means
they don't see your stuff.
They don't see your stuff.
You don't notice it.
Okay, load up. If you go right now, load up Emmanuel album by Sunday Service on Apple. If you don't type it all the way to the very end.
You think
Kanye's onto something still. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's onto something. The man
is doing what he's supposed to do, or he's off the handle. I think he knows what he's doing still.
I think he's off the handle and he knows what he's doing. Which is a great combination.
I know he's trying to wake
it ain't gonna pop up. It's little things inside of.
But let me get clear. It was a little crazy for that at one point.
Which was a known factor on some bullshit.
He was but
exactly right to shadow ban. Freedom of speech.
Taking that away.
And what was the craziest thing? Exposing I had 10 contracts that everybody around me knew I had 10 contracts. Everybody that supposedly cared for me knew I had 10 contracts.
Don't jam no more, right?
Oh, I'm off of it now. But what I'm saying is, I signed contract after contract after contract, and it's like one of my skill sets is not reading. One of my skill sets is not counting. And people are like, oh, you need to learn how. Man, I ain't telling you to learn how to dress. I'm not telling these niggas. But if we move as a family in a community, You know what Jay say, we can fall with each other's crutches. We could benefit each other, but the system tears us apart left and right. Jay this way, Dang that way, Jay this way, Virgil that way. We stronger together. We impenetrable together. We have to vote. We have to vote as a block. We vote.
I'm voting for you for president.
Yeah. Did you see me on the campaign? I went around the campaign. I was by myself. Like, people supported me. I supported you too.
When it's time to get free, the only way we're going to do it is by leverage and anchors. Like the Jewish community is not the most people in America, but they understand how to collectively use their leverage to have a position that serves them. You know what I'm saying? Now, I keep on saying we're us, we're collective humanity, we're collective. But we so easy to get into like an ego thing. Just like with the Drake thing, man. I love Drake. I was just telling you things that he was doing in the professional game of rap that was throwing me off, and then okay, I bit his ear. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. That was Mike Tyson, Holyfield, that was professional sports. We in professional rap, meaning it's too many people that get paid off for either of us for something to happen to either of us. You know what I'm saying? So when we on the record talking, I'm going to do this. No, you're not.
That's too weird.
Okay, man. Yes, you know what I mean? So, and why, and life is just so fun and it's lit, and we get to be professional, rappers for a period of time out of our life and pull in this energy and have people talking about it. But it's a certain responsibility. I think that it's a redemption, a redeeming quality. This is why I be wanting to sit down with Drake to say this, just as an OG to him, is the redemption. Like I asked him for the beat for TSU. That's my favorite song on CLB. It said, "Mama is not around, Daddy is not around."
CLB is what they call little boys.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna do a joke like, man, you ain't know the name of the album.
Listen, I live in my own world too, man. I'm not exactly you or him, but I live in my own world too. I'm kind of the man in my shit, so sorry.
I'm fine with you not doing that. One time. Oh, this is great. But the redemptive quality is like that third verse. Because if you just leave it as is, it's going to stay as is. And for me, in my opinion, Lucy and Grace ain't got no problem with it staying as is. I got a problem with it staying as is. I got to, it's funny, I call Damian Hirst that did Drake's cover because I felt like I didn't like the cover. I felt like he was trying to troll him or something. I love Damian Hirst. I just bought a couple of his pieces right now. One of my top 5 favorite artworks of all time is these animals he put in embalming fluid. When you do my interview with y'all should have it, just things just pop up at the bottom. Don't worry about it. So he did this shark. It's kind of similar to the scene in The Cell that had J-Lo by Tarzan where a horse separated like this. So he actually did this. And I bought a dove for my family, for my wife, to put it there. And I bought this black sheep. That's me.
So I bought a black sheep?
It's an actual black sheep and embalming fluid, and it's by Damian Hirst, who did the Drake album cover. So
I think you bought a real black sheep. Like,
but it's physically
it is. Okay. It is a. No, I actually bought.
It's a rich nigga shit.
I actually bought 1,200 living sheep. But I bought one.
You're a blacker officially.
Yes. So So it's that third verse. I used to rap like this. I would say, girl ain't give me no ass, she needed to go down. And the next line I would say, the pastor said I need Jesus, so I went to the church and let the water wash over my Caesar. I always gave a redemption. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like what Bone Thugs told you about, feds sitting with them saying, make negative music that's going to put more of us in jail. It's documented. You can load it up. Wow. So we do that, and you get like of God people, Travis Scott, Drake, Kanye West. We of God, God's plan. And then we make these songs that don't have a redemptive quality in what we're saying, because maybe we try to look harder or be cooler or this, that, younger, whatever it is, and act like we ready to die as much as people who really got, 10 bodies or really.
Was it ever, I'm sorry to cut you off, but did it? Because the rumor is that Drake kind of took a shot at you on that song, but Travis Scott was on that same song. Was married. Did he ever put a strenuous relationship? Oh yeah, I put everybody on a group text. Everybody gets the group. And what I don't like is like, when I'm talking, who's in this group text?
It was Jay-Z, Kim Kardashian.
Jay-Z got nothing to do with this, by the way.
He's on the song.
Jay-Z's on.
See, this I talked to Jay at the wedding the other day. He didn't know when he did the song that me and Drake had a problem. So after it came out, he's not in it. That's just like I did it before the fact. But what I'm saying is, so it's like Trav, but then Drake says it's like he said, I'm gonna put you on a guild. I have somebody put you on a guild, and which means put you on a t-shirt, right? And I'm talking to everybody that's in this community.
Drake said that in the
on album. No, not on group text. He said it on the song.
Okay.
And I'm talking to all these, Kid Cudi, Pusha, Drake, Jay-Z, Kim, and Trav. One of the lines I said that was legend is I said, I'm worth more than all of y'all on this text combined.
Yeah. You said, and that was a what? what did you say? That was I don't know what you just said.
He wrote that in the text group. Wrote everybody. Yeah, that was one of the elements of the text.
Okay. This is a intense group chat.
But everybody, everybody wanna, as soon as I start dropping bars, oh my God, he's in the episode. Oh my God, he need to go to the hospital. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And it's just, oh God. Oh no. Oh no.
This is so good. This is so good. Keep going. You want some more, Biggie? He's like, just got good. Give some more, Biggie. Please. Yeah. You go on the next.
But what I'm saying is, as a community, we have to police them and police ourselves. So if you got a person that's, we in a league of our own, right? It's like the NBA, life itself, but then also this like celebrity influential place of like musicians and influencers and stuff like that. And they have shit that's called like flagrant fouls inside of the league.
So in this group chat, did you tell Travis Scott that was a flagrant foul?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because the thing is, he could have put the line on without everybody knowing. So that means I felt like everybody should go to Drake and be like, you ain't saying that to North Saint, Chicago, and Psalm's dad. Because he could be saying shit that's poking at me and driving me crazy. And then if I do something that seems crazy, then they just blaming me. It's like every nigga that got locked up, it's a reason. They didn't do it just because their life was perfect and they had all the opportunities in the world and they dad brought them up. There's very few people like that. Right. There's this born serial killer. That's what they want to do. Right. People are always there for a reason. And ain't nobody like, I had this conversation where Drake is like, I never fucked Kim. But I was like, but you acted like you did. You got bars that's like hidden heels, give your wife the chills. You doing all kind of, it's like somebody throwing a marble and hiding their hand or something like that. It's like all that's disrespectful.
Y'all actually had this conversation?
We had this conversation. And this is all, and to the point where Kim be like, I don't listen to this nigga no more. This nigga acting like he fucked. And like, we ain't never really, like, we never really had that conversation. Like, I never fucked Kim. Like, no, but what about did you ever DM her? Did you ever, what I'm saying? Everything else around it. Because it ain't about just the actual act of it. The act, the anticipation of something is what we live in. Now is the shortest moment of our life. Yeah. Now that was just there, it's just gone now. You know what I'm saying? So you could be sitting there like, did he not? That's worse than if you, I would have rather you did. And I just actually deal with the finality, because my mind, I'm like a Xerox printer. I'm Christian, but I'll tell you something. I talked to a healer that said, I'm dealing with resentment from multiple lives of disloyalty, of the way I felt, with Virgil going to Louis and just things that jealousy.
So it actually was a problem because that's what we heard.
I was jealous. What do you mean? I'm a human being. And people try to tell you what to say and press and what to feel. Like, you don't feel that. You was in my situation and you riding. No, this is the other thing. Sicko Mode, they would play it at the kids' party. So I'd have to bring my kids to a party with this man threatening my life on a song. Welcome to Calabasas. And then they wonder why you end up, in a hospital. It has to be some type of respect, a male perspective, a God perspective, and some type of community leadership. And I'm the leader. And that's what I told
Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, I told Lauryn Hill. I told everybody. I'm the leader. Let's look at it. Let's open up this Bible. Your grandmother like, you need Jesus. That's what you need. Man,
song, by the way.
Because praise God. Because all of this that we doing, it ain't adding up to nothing. Now God is pointing at me and said, this man worth $9 billion.
Jesus.
This man, and that's pretty good for a black man. Since I was like, the black. First of all, I said that before. We gotta take the black version off it. This man, I'm running circles around, all the other you know what we're gonna do? Yeah, that black or white. But what we're gonna do to the world?
I've got to make some noise for that. Continue.
Like,
I ain't gonna lie, you got me hyped, motherfucker. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at Moses. In order for Moses to be Moses, he had the ability to be able to take down anybody else. That's my thing. If I'm a rap on a song, if I'm gonna do a beat, if we talk about money, whatever we talking about, I'm gonna be the Moses of the situation because that's what God anointed me, that skill set to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have Drake write a verse. You wouldn't have Virgil do a song for you, but you wouldn't have Drake pick out a purse for you. You know what I'm saying? But I would compete with both of them at the same caliber. Competing with Virgil at Louis Vuitton with my little brown sweatshirts. Somehow, this man been anointed with different skill sets. So that's why I said I put him on a group text, and it wasn't about the Magic Arc'teryx or Kid Cudi dress. It's like, you know how it is. If you texting a girl or a girl texts you back, they might just to gain some position text you back slow. Different things. Let me tell you, as the leader, I don't operate like that. Don't be on my phone texting back. So if it's some immediate response. Or don't be on my phone. Right. That don't work with, like I told you, I'm a Xerox printer. Right. Meaning I can see a dinosaur bone and build a dinosaur out of it mentally. So if I hear a verse, I'm gonna build a dinosaur. I'm gonna hear a dinosaur born out of a line too, because people could look and be like, "Oh, he never did this," but that don't mean that line hasn't built an entire dinosaur bone. And this is a perfect time for me to come back because you got to understand, I was Ye, and then they started making more Ye's. Watch this. Ye is like this encompassing thing of fashion, bars, beats, production, videos, this. And then what happened is you get Rocky dressing better than me, Tyler making better videos, Drake, more records, Virgil, higher position in fashion, and J. Cole, more backpack, or Kendrick, better bars and stuff. So I literally had to go like Thanos, and I don't want to have to be the villain, but when I went and did the Donda thing, Ye returned. Yeah. And everybody had to sit back and watch the real leader. They talk about goats and this and that. It's like, because I affect people 20 years older than me. Right. I affect people 20 years younger than me. And that's what it factually is. And you got to know who you is, and you got to tell people who you are. Man, I got this money guy. As I'm up here disappointed, because actually I got to stop screaming at white people. But I got this money guy that said, yo, you got 80 accounts open, which is what I said, it's the hit. It's a way to kill me.
Man has 80 accounts.
And he was just dismissive. He was like, man, I just saw what Trump did with this SPAC, and you can do this. I said, man, when I do it, we're going to get up to Elon and Bezos and Arnault territory. And he just says to me very nonchalantly, I'm not going to say it's going to be all that. 3 minutes later in conversation, he's talking to me about you got 80 accounts open and this is ridiculous. He said it at the beginning. Wow. You know, I said, I already heard that. I started raising my voice. And he checked me like, who you screaming at? Who you screaming at? But it's like, boy, when you dismissed me, and when I tried to stand up and you pushed my shoulder like that, that's a part of the programming in schools today. I seen my son do his homework at Sierra Canyon because Daddy got his own school, called Donda, named after my mom. The first black female English chair at English department of Chicago State. So he's doing his homework, and it's math, and it's got 3 eggs and 2 eggs, and it says 3 + 2 = what? And he says 5. And the next one has 3 eggs plus 2 eggs, and it says 2 + 1 = what? And he says 5. And see, the picture was wrong with the number. Right. He starts to get frustrated. He starts crying. He doesn't understand. And I was there, thinking he was too young for me to explain this to him. I was like, no, this is getting you prepped to be pulled over for no reason and think it's okay. This is getting prepped for you to be the person that deserved the job. If someone else get the job, they hire Virgil over you. And you think it's okay. And you can't say nothing because you a sellout to black people if you say you got to go get a hug. You know what I'm saying? They getting you prepped. It's prep school, right, baby? Right. It's preparation for your limitation.
That's deep. That's deep.
We in these schools right now, baby. Oh, you thought I wasn't going to get killed by the end of this interview. I'm just going to try my best.
No, you're giving it to
have gotten worse.
You're giving it to
you know what I'm saying? But it's a part of the overall slave ship and the slave mentality. When I cut my hair like this.
You cut it yourself or a barber did that?
Let me tell you, I should have cut my hair myself because I was in Europe.
So you paid a nigga to do that?
No, tell me. Exactly. Yeah. It's funny that you say that because I asked, he kept on like cutting it because this guy's a barber. If you ever cut a plug in somebody's hair, your barbershop might shut down. I cut hair for a living back, 14, 15. I used to do that to buy clothes and also to buy music equipment.
Okay.
I got a story. We're going to get into some real rap shit. We had to like, I had to just give you some, all TMZ existence, yay thing at the beginning. So, damn, what was that train of thought? We were talking about the barber. Okay, so if you cut a plug in somebody's hair, you could lose your job. You can. I remember I used to cut hair, and I had one day I had 6 clients. I had the most money. I might have had 120, I don't know. And the next day, these barbers, they was real good in town. They said, your boy was on a mission. Yesterday I was feeling all proud. I'm like, yeah, well, I was getting it in. And then he said, people was walking in like this and walking out like this.
You just hurrying up?
No, because I was bad.
I didn't know who was going there. Okay.
So he cuts my hair, and I'm going through this taking an hour. I'm like, I'll take a little bit more here, do this here, blah, blah. And after this, it took all the life out of this man as a black barber, as a African-American, as a blood of Christ, as a Hebrew, I'm telling y'all what it is, right? So, and he was so disappointed that he didn't even charge me. He just walked away like, man, I did this to Kanye West.
For something that you asked for too.
Yeah. And then a few days later, I cut my hair. Now, mind you, I thought it was lit and only God, the universe, the video game, that my haircut.
You posted it on the gram? Was that
yeah,
you posted it?
But the fact that my haircut and my name came at the same time was
more slave name.
Yeah, it had to be something because to do that, this was harder than wearing a Trump hat. Because every time it's my image, I'm fly, so it's just everything is like you get your haircut. It's Friday night. I'm finna go to the club, or I gotta go to a wedding, or I gotta go to a graduation, or I'm going to my job. As a man, as a black man, your lining, your haircut means so much. So then I'm sitting in the mirror at the hotel, and I remember, oh snap, I have a barber skill set and an art skill set, and I start cutting because one of my homegirls like, I think it need a lining. Cause it just looked really.
It's still lined up.
Yeah. And I was like, I ain't finna get no lining. I got $9 billion to tell me I need a lining. I don't need no lining. so then I cut it a different way, and the name of my basketball team is the Doves, the Donda Doves. So I I started to cut it like a dove. So this is actually 3 doves cutting my hair. Right. And what I like is one patch will grow back and it starts to make these layers. And I said, you know, I'm an artist, like a process artist. And I like to let people in on a process like what we did with the rollout. So when you see the hair, it's like you see the process of the haircut. You also see the process. It's like a representation of my thoughts developing because of how close it is to my, you know, to my head. Brain, right? And then the whole thing is it gotta look hot, you know, at the end of the day. Like it's girls that hit me like, yo, I like that mask. 9-0. Because when I wore the mask,
Hov texted us and told us, make sure he don't walk in with that white mask.
But I got the mask on me actually. Where's it at? I was actually about to start giving out haircuts because apparently this is about to be a thing.
Yeah, a lot of people gonna bite your shit.
Yeah, and my barber name is Edward Nigga Hands.
I like him already. And I like the fact you holding a Smoke Champs joint. I like that. If you want to light up, you can light up. If you want to light up, you can light up. It's okay.
Yeah.
No. You thinking about it.
All right, come on. You my Joe Rogan. Let's go. Hey man, I'm not a real smoker. Y'all ain't gonna embarrass me. You gotta light it. Like, I got the gloves. I'm gonna be like,
somebody light it for me. So let me ask you this. This is kind of a serious question, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember when Nas named his company Ill Will, right?
Yeah.
And I believe that he had to change the name of his company because
we're gonna have to.
It's easy to say like fuck Ill Will, but Ill Will is an actual person. Ill Will was his actual.
What do you think though? What do you think about Kanye, man? You think Kanye's
spitting the real, yo?
You think he's serious when he says I might get killed at the end of this?
Oh, that's why he's putting it out there so you could kind of deflect it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If you don't say nothing when it happens, at least people won't even. But like now he's saying it's out there, broad public, like nobody could. Like he done did.
Kanye West has more money than Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Tiger Woods put together.
That's crazy when you think about it. Yeah, that's crazy.
That nigga, yay. Kanye West. That's the nigga right there, bro. Because at the end of the day, he never claimed to be a bad man. He never claimed to be nothing that he wasn't, you know? And he always strived to
perfect his craft.
No, not perfect his craft. He always strived to like cross barriers. Like, you know, he wasn't afraid to do that.
Okay.
Go above and beyond, you know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Creatively, you definitely pushing it.
Pushing the limits, man. You know? That's what music's all about, like, you know? So now that he's at a level where it's like he can be so free musically, you're hearing all these masterpieces, all these.
How many joints is on that one? I seen like he took the whole old school way of doing it and put like 20 joints on it.
He killed it, bro. Donda, if y'all listen to the Donda album, from a just musical perspective, it's where Ye should be, you know? Like he's pushed, like, if you listen to it, from a producer's perspective or shit like that, they should love the album, you know?
Right. Production is top notch, you're saying.
Production is top notch, and then,
but like
from an artistic perspective,
yeah,
you know, a lot of people should love it too because he's pushing the envelope. He's not just talking about
the regular
shit. He's like actually
Cars and clothes.
Saying something that's universal, like, you know.
Cars and clothes and jewelry and hoes. He's not talking about that?
Come on, bro. The man has $6 billion, bro.
No! That's crazy. 6 bills. 6 B's. Not even 6 M's. 6 B's.
And see how humble he is? He said, yo, I ain't going to get Jay-Z because he's the boss. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call Indian playing this position, you know. Everybody want to be the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough Indians, you know.
And you were saying something about playing this position. I mean, playing your position too, right?
Yeah.
Man, dropping pure gems. So, kind of like, I have to watch that bad boy. What, we got a part 2 coming up?
Yeah.
When's the part 2 coming?
We're going to do the part 2, you know. Get for y'all tomorrow night, you know what I'm saying?
We'll tap back in and double up.
Yeah.
Double up.
So y'all get it. Get familiar, get in tune, you know what I'm saying? It's your boy Mac Mizzle. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the industry a little bit, you know what I'm saying? 5 minutes on the industry. I just wanted to tap in with the folks about what's going on out there.
What Kanye was talking about?
Yeah, what Kanye was talking about, and more like how remember we're looking at the Clubhouse shit, you know what I'm saying? What people were talking about on that. And there's a lot of bullshit back and forth with Mark 100 and my son, this and that and the third. Now you got rapper Yellow Beezy. He got arrested. You know what I'm saying? Might serve 24.
Pardon?
He might serve like 20 years, you know?
What?
Sexual assault.
Oh,
a burner. I think that I hear some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Some other racketeering or some bullshit.
Yo, there's a lot going on right now, right?
And then you got Fetty Wap.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. I'll take a 7-Up though.
You get a Pepsi. Not 7-Up's good.
Or a ginger ale. Fuck that. Go old school with it. Let's get a ginger ale. Or better yet, root beer. But nah, real talk though, it's like there's a lot going on still.
Fetty Wap placed $500,000 bond to get out of jail.
Oh, he has that. That's light work.
It's light.
If you don't got it, tell Kanye, hey, listen.
I'm no author and I sell literally thousands.
But nah, for real. All joking aside, there's a lot going on in the industry. Everybody's getting caught up on some kind of madness.
I'm fucked up.
And they're just trying to lock down on everybody, it seems like it anyways.
So, shit is a disease that turns you white.
Yep. So once we learn that, we gotta get familiar and get away from the industry, bro. All full of shit, bro.
Create our own industry amongst our people.
Yo, Kanye's worth $6.6 billion, bro.
Yo, he could create the whole industry.
He got that money outside of the music industry. I bet
$1 billion, he could create a whole world.
You know, Kanye is just
a
musical genius.
He's probably in the midst of doing it.
Going with his business acumen, because you gotta be a intelligent motherfucker to go with
real badass motherfucker.
To go with Adidas and Gap. To create such an empire for himself. I mean, he's saying I'm going after Elon and Jeff Bezos and shit. I believe him too.
Yeah, the man's
He's
not
just,
playing.
he's just as, you know what I'm saying? I believe he could do it, bro. He's crazy enough to motherfucking do it, and he will.
Nah, for sure. So, I mean,
so as crazy as it sounds, it's like, y'all talking about all the Kim Kardashian curse and all this shit. She got with Kanye.
Kanye uplifted her.
They got kids together. She paid for his fucking debt to get out of debt. Now he's worth $6.6 billion. Even though they ain't together, they're separated. Fuck, man. That's what you call life. Shit comes full circle. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Matt Mizzle. We're gonna check you out on the next one.
Yeah.
Peace.